How you doing, Kenny?
Good.
You making some progress?
See back here?
What?
We got tailgate done.
Oh, really?
Aluminum angle at the bottom here, aluminum angle at the top.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that looks great.
It's all sealed back up.
Perfect. Mr. Kenny on the job. Old Kenny's been hard at it. He's got all the flooring down in the trailer, and now he's starting to put the trim in. Vicky's getting dinner ready for us tonight. Chicken and noodles after Bible study. I've been looking forward to chicken and noodles tonight for dinner all day. I had to go do an estimate today for some drainage work and run some errands, so I've been busy all day fooling with that stuff. After dinner tonight, we've got our work cut out for us because we had a massive shirt order come in. All these boxes have to be unpacked and the shirts and hoodies have to be folded before we can ship them out.
Look at all this stuff over there, over here.
We've been pretty behind. We got slammed with orders, and now we're getting ahead now. So
We're trying to.
We're getting on top of it.
I would have never guessed in a million years that we would sell this many shirts and hats and hoodies and merchandise.
I got it to go 4 O's.
Hey Vic, did you order something from Amazon?
I can't remember.
There's a big box in here from Amazon. Is it something that you ordered? Does that look familiar to you?
It's to you.
To me?
I've learned not to read these names because maybe that's not where it's actually from. I messed up on that sign.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't from Jim in New York or Joe in New York. It was not right.
Epic fail.
This. An unknown box. Drum roll here in a minute to find out if Bill's in trouble. What is What is this? It doesn't look brand new stuff. Oh my gosh.
Well,
What is this?
a whole bunch of RC trucks.
Somebody was cleaning out.
That's a Rustler.
Yeah.
That's a Revo. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, there's 2 more T-Maxes in here. That guy messaged me and said he was going to send me. Well, I'm obligated to fix these up.
Obligated.
2 T-Maxes.
So you shouldn't have to go buy any new parts because all of these are parts cars, right?
No, these aren't parts cars. No, they are cars in need of parts.
Ugh. Look at me.
What?
Pace yourself. Oh, there's a whole loft up there that could be cleaned and reorganized.
Well, that's another thing. There's a bunch of shit up there I need to get rid of.
Yes. You admit it.
Not the RC trucks. All right, guys, so I want to talk to you all a little bit about the C10 project we got going on. Let's see, about a year ago, I'm not sure how long we've had that C10. It's been a little over a year, maybe. Tommy wanted to get something to tow his S10 with. At the time, we didn't have the Suburban that we have now. And Tommy was kind of in need of a pickup truck or a daily driver. And I found this 71 C10 on Facebook Marketplace. And it was down in Tennessee. And it was a pretty good price. And it was listed as running but not drivable. The truck, supposedly the transmission was out of it. So I told Tommy, I said, let's go down here and check this thing out. So Tommy and I loaded up and drove all the way to Tennessee, the eastern part of Tennessee, thank God. and we vlogged the entire trip, and it was supposed to be something that we were going to put on Street Racing Channel, because at the time I didn't have my own YouTube channel, and of course Tommy didn't have one either. But anyway, we vlogged the whole trip. We took a lot of pictures. There was a lot of funny stuff in this vlog video that we took. And unfortunately, it kind of, it happened at a time when our family was in a little bit of turmoil. Probably a lot of bit of turmoil, actually. Unfortunately, all the footage got lost. And I was extremely upset about it. I mean, it was just, there was some really good stuff in it. The whole trip to Tennessee, buying the truck, was all lost. Something about a memory card got formatted or something in a mad rush to go film some racing, and all the footage was on the memory card, and when they reformatted it, it erased everything that was on there. So the whole trip lost. All the photos, all the video, everything. The only thing left of that trip are a handful of photos that I took on my phone. When we found a little 71 C10 down in Tennessee, we opened the hood to find this little small block Chevy, and it's in the same condition now as it was then. The little truck was fairly solid. It's got some problems here and there, but for the most part, pretty solid, relatively rust-free old Tennessee Chevy. So we struck up a deal with the owner that had the truck, and we loaded the truck up and brought it home. Tommy got to work right away, stripping the thing down, and our original intention was to just primer it and drive it. When we got home, Tommy worked on it pretty steady for about a week. And unfortunately, this was right about the time that he and Allison started dating. And I kid him all the time. He got about halfway through the front door on the driver's side and hit girlfriend. And that was pretty much the end of working on the truck. Tommy was kind of caught in the middle of me and Billy not getting along, and he didn't really want to be around here too much, and Allison was kind of a way to get away from the stress and the anxiety at home. So Tommy walked away from the pickup truck. I bought him out. He actually paid for part of the truck with his graduation money. And he said, "Dad, I don't want anything to do with that truck. I want out of it." So I paid Tommy his half and kept the truck and just parked it out back, and it's sat there ever since. Now, even though Tommy had lost interest, I most certainly had not. So I began stockpiling parts, including the set of headers and a really good running old 350 small block Chevy that I bought for a really good deal, and sold the transmission for what I paid for the whole engine and transmission combined. Now, this was supposed to be a daily driver, and we're planning on towing with it at some point. Short distances, I'm sure, you know, a couple 100 miles maybe. So Vicky found out the truck's original color was mint green, and that's her favorite color. So we decided we would restore the entire interior, repaint the dash, put all new gauges, new dash pad, new carpet, new seats, and install vintage air conditioning. I just so happened to have kept all of the original bracketry and accessory drives off Billy's S10 when we originally built that truck when he was in high school. When we originally built Billy's S10 when he was in high school, the idea was for the truck to just be a 12-second daily driver that he could bracket race at National Trail Raceway in sportsman class. But after one night street racing, that idea went straight out the window. Every day we were out testing and tuning, working on this little truck to get it faster and faster. And before long, the little small block S10 with nitrous on it that had ice cold air conditioning and overdrive transmission was running high nines. So at the time, I had no idea whether or not he was going to continue to street race this thing, or, you know, there was no such thing as street racing channel at the time. You know, the truck was running high nines, but it would break the transmission quite frequently. It had the original 700 R4 transmission still in it. So when he decided he wanted to go faster, the cheapest and easiest thing to do was to start shedding weight. So the air conditioning that I had worked so hard to make work and work perfectly, the ice cold air conditioning and the power steering and the power brakes all went to the wayside. Now, I've never been one to throw too much stuff away, and I had a pretty good chunk of change in the accessory drive, the AC compressor, alternator, water pump, pulleys, power steering pump. So I stuck all that stuff up over top the garage, thinking that one day I may need this stuff on something else. So the plan is we're going to take this little small block 350 that I've got sitting over here on the engine stand, clean it up, put the aluminum intake manifold on it that's already on the C10. It's a Edelbrock Performer, and it's currently got a Quadrajet on it, and I think it works fine. If it doesn't, I've still got an old Edelbrock carburetor up over top the garage that I don't even know where it came from, but I'm sure I can make it work. We're going to do this thing on the ultra low budget, just like everybody else would have to do, scraping to get by. We're not going to dump a bunch of money into it. We're just going to make it a very simple, reliable, comfortable 71 C10. It's not going to be fully restored. At least I say that now. But we're just going to fix it up, make it a nice daily driver, use it, and enjoy it. So tomorrow, the plan for me is I'm going to try and get that little small block Chevy that's laying back here in the back on the engine stand. I'm going to try and get it drug up here where we can work on it. And I'm going to get the accessory drive and the alternator and power steering pump and all that stuff drug down from up top of the garage. Get that stuff cleaned up, locate any hardware that we need for that, and probably make a trip to Jegs for some gaskets. I know we need a pair of valve covers. We're going to need valve cover gaskets, little things like that, intake manifold gaskets. We're going to start getting this little engine ready to swap over into the C10. Also, got news tonight that Uncle Bob says Billy's short block should be ready to come home from the machine shop possibly tomorrow afternoon. So there's a good chance that we're going to be either putting Billy's engine together for the S10 this weekend, or we're going to be swapping that engine out of the C10. One or the other. We'll have something to show for you guys this weekend. Thank you all for watching. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.